Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I am taking a look at a film that, well, I actually was really fascinated when I saw this thing on the store shelf, and the fact that it only cost me like $2, I was more than happy to pick it up. Not only was I interested in it, but then when I bought it and I brought it home, I found out that this is my first film from China. So yeah, folks, I can now mark off China on the list of countries I have covered. I am damn happy about that. Tonight's film is called Kung Fu Dunk, and according to the blurb at the bottom here, it is from the action director of Shaolin Soccer. Now, I do not remember the director's name on here appearing anywhere in the credits of Shaolin Soccer, so I'm just going to assume that when they mean action, that when they say action director, they basically mean like like most other action films would call them a fight choreographer, but this probably doesn't have fighting necessarily, as well, since Shaolin Soccer didn't either. So basically, the person who choreographs all the goofy shit. So he's the one directing this. So I kind of have hopes because I really liked Shaolin Soccer. So this thing will hopefully be good. I really have no clue as to what the hell else to say. So I'm gonna dive right into this film, folks. I have high hopes on it, but I always know that even going in with high hopes, there's a good chance the movie's going to suck royally. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Kung Fu Dunk. Hey guys, I'm actually kind of happy. This film is really dipping into some dark humor early on. And I have always enjoyed a little bit of dark humor, so this is sort of looking promising. Alright guys, now do you happen to remember earlier when I said that there was probably not going to be a fight scene in this thing? Oh, I was way the fuck off. However though, this fight scene is just friggin' awesome, so hey, that is still a plus. So with just a couple of kind words to a team owner, he is instantly made into a media sensation. Okay, that actually is a little bit hard to buy, but what the hell? I actually guess I can go with that a little. No, I actually would just like to mention this. You guys could hear that, the music just cut out, but I'm really beginning to dig Chinese hip-hop. It sounds really cool. You hear that? That really sounds sort of cool. A minute now. So now all he does is dunks. Earlier on, he did nothing but shoot threes. Flawlessly. And now suddenly he's dunking. Wouldn't it actually be a better, strategy to just have him continue to shoot threes and to rack up even more points? I'm just asking because, that would just make a little bit of sense, I guess. So the opposing team are dressed like rejects from one of the Mad Max movies. How in the hell is that even legal for a basketball game? I mean, I could have sworn that, uniforms had to look somewhat normal. Am I perhaps maybe missing something about how basketball is played over in China? Just seems a little weird, man. Like, really fucking weird. Now, we are finally getting depth on one of these characters. A little bit of added depth, I mean. Took them well over an hour to finally fucking develop any of these characters to make me kind of care about them. That's usually a bad thing, guys. Okay, so we have a fight breaking out in the middle of this game, and it's between the two teams. and there's nobody attempting to stop it, and there's no one even questioning whether or not any of this is legal. You can only suspend your, fucking belief, guys, for so long. This is really starting to push it a little. Fuck is going on? Absolutely none of this is making a lick of fucking sense. Jesus Christ. Okay, that actually was kind of sort of a vicious fucking swerve for the viewer. Kinda sucked, too. Like, seriously, guys, that actually was fucking bullshit. Alright. That ending was really fucking cool. Well, guys, that was Kung Fu Dunk. God damn it, this song is awesome. And this right here, I think, is like the third time this song is played. It is some really catchy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna shut this off. Otherwise, well, like the next couple of minutes is gonna be me just gushing over that goddamn song. Let me grab the case here. Well, I might as well start off with the soundtrack, since I just mentioned that goddamn song. The soundtrack in this movie is absolutely fantastic. It is a great mix of Chinese rock, Chinese hip-hop. All of it sounds really cool, and I'm really tempted to download the soundtrack for this movie. It is some good stuff, man. Trust me there. Now, I want to get into the writing. Problems with the writing, well, first and foremost, is that the writing is really shallow. It truly is just a shallow film. There's very little depth. The characters have all of the depth of a piss puddle, but really, I am willing to I'm willing to let every bit of that shit slide, because this thing is another one of those examples of a textbook popcorn flick, alright? Where it has great action, it has great, effects, it has good acting, but the story and the characters are about as shallow as they friggin' come. It pretty much is a disposable film. You actually could watch it once, possibly maybe twice, and then never look at it again and still be happy. The acting was really solid. However, though, I once more have to say, this is like the first time I've ever watched a film that was actually in Chinese. I usually watch them dubbed. I don't know why I opted to watch this one subbed, but, why not? And the acting was really sound. At least to me, it sounded good. But seeing as how I'm not really, versed in Chinese acting, I don't know if it's any good. I just know that it sounded good when I was hearing it, so that, to me, is all that really matters. Camera work was great. Okay, the fight scenes and the action scenes were some of the best I've seen in a long time. So, that much is definitely a plus. Really, guys, literally just everything in this film is a positive, except for the writing, the characters, and the pacing. Oh man, the pacing. There are just tons and tons of scenes which just feel horribly padded out. And that's kind of saying a lot, because the film's only about 90 minutes or so, and the fact that they have to put in padding in order to get it out to 90 minutes, really dull padding at times, it's not really a good thing. Now, a lot of people have compared this to Shaolin Soccer. In fact, actually, there's a blurb on the back which is from filmcritics.com, which says, if you're a fan of Shaolin Soccer, you'll love Kung Fu Dunk. You might. See, because I've seen Shaolin Soccer. In fact, hell, I have it in my DVD collection somewhere. The movie is fantastic. I loved I loved Shaolin Soccer because it had interesting characters. It had a really like blisteringly fast-paced story. It had just a bunch of awesome things. This doesn't have those. This is basically just a popcorn flick, and it's really kind of a subpar one at best. About the only thing I can tell you is, guys, if you can find this thing to rent somewhere, or if you can like find it on like if you can find it on like Netflix or something, go ahead, guys, check it out. It seriously isn't too bad, but you really aren't going to be getting a whole lot out of it. The film is really that shallow. However, I will say one thing about this film, something I never thought I would say. Kung Fu Dunk's the closest I will ever come to giving a rat's ass about college basketball. All right, I'm telling you that right now. I have never given a shit about college basketball. The fact that this thing is set in the Chinese, in one of, I guess, the Chinese collegiate leagues. You know, you almost care. And the fact that I almost care is about as close as I will ever come to really caring, period, about college basketball. So, hey, that actually is a positive for this movie. So, yeah, guys, once more, if you happen to find a copy of this thing somewhere to rent or to, you know, like stream or to download or whatever the hell, go ahead, check it out, and you might actually love it. However, I personally am kind of happy having seen it once. But I'm probably never going to come back to it because, again, to me it just felt way too shallow. And with that, folks, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.